What came first, the business or the problem? I cannot stress to you the importance of starting whatever you're building with a problem. The reason it's important to start with a problem is because where there's a problem, there are going to be consumers, right? There are going to be people who need the solution that you have to offer. If you just start your brand or your business with no more than just a whimsical interest, or, just something that you've always wanted to do, then the problem is that when it comes to attracting consumers and attracting customers for your brand or for your business, there's going to be a bit of a disconnect because you're not solving anything for them, right? So it's so important to ensure that you start with a problem. Starting with a problem means that you can do proper research into the problem and the possible solutions that you could have to offer. And moreover, it also means that you'll have ample opportunity to really study your target market so that you get to know everything about them. I always say, researching your target market should be like dating. So essentially, you take time, you go on multiple dates, you find out what their favorite color is, what their favorite food is, all these sorts of things. That's just kind of date one. And then the more dates you kind of go on with your target audience, the better you'll get to know them and the better you'll really get to understand their likes, their dislikes, their interests, and most importantly, those pain points, those problems that they need solving. The only way you're going to be able to identify them is if you spend adequate time with them. So once you've done all this research now, this will then inform the brand that you're building. So you build your brand around the pain points of your consumers. So this is very, very simple stuff, okay? You just have to get to the point where all of the research that you've done is then actually forming the building blocks of your brand. So in terms of even the copy, so the text and the fonts that you use and the color and all those sorts of kind of aesthetic bits, all of that will be geared towards the target market that you have in mind. So that's why it's really important to do that initial research. It just makes the whole marketing process so much easier because you already know what attracts them, what appeals to them, and you already know how to really get their attention and what sort of content that they'll respond to, and how they will kind of respond to your services and what you have on offer, right? Because you have all this preliminary research, you'll be able to speed up the process for you a whole lot quicker. So it's really important to take that time to understand your target audience so that you can really get down with them, understand their lingo, and you can really bring across your solution as something fresh and exciting for them. Now, it's really important to understand when you're doing your market research that, there's basic things like kind of demographics, but then there's also important information you need to understand, such as psychographics, right? So demographics is to do with kind of their age, their gender, where they live, etc. But psychographics has more to do with the way that they think and the way that they process information. So for example, really, really good and really, really effective sales copy tells the audience how that thing, how that product, how that service is going to be of benefit to them, right? That's what really effective sales copy does, right? However, with that being said, there's going to be certain trigger words, there's going to be certain terms and phrases that will appeal specifically to your target audience, and that is why it's so essential to do that initial research so that you're making sure that you're speaking to them in a language that they understand, in a language that appeals to them. So you're not just wasting your time, because there is so much noise out there, there is so much competition out there. So people are really looking for people who get them, who understand their needs, and who are able to provide solutions. I mean, that was definitely something that I did when I was developing my talent management agency. I literally spoke to so many creatives, over 200 creatives actually, during my first round. And I was just asking them, I was like, okay, what are you guys struggling with? What is it that you need help with? What do you need assistance with? And off the back of that, I was able to build out services. So get to know your target audience. It's the best thing you could ever do.